Welcome to my channel. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe. This is a slide picture show about the Oregon coast in the Garibaldi area, in the Garibaldi Bay, where the railroad tracks run along the coast. Great place for clamming, great piers for fishing and crabbing. There's something magical about the place where the rails meet the sea. And in Garibaldi, Oregon, that magic feels timeless. Perched on the North Oregon coast along the scenic Tillamook Bay, Garibaldi is the kind of town where the smell of the salt air mingles with the scent of the creosote soaked railroad ties as you walk along the bay. It's a small town with less than 1,000 people. It's packed with lots of character, history, and a coastal charm. If you ever get here, your adventure begins in the historical port of Garibaldi, where the old railroad tracks hug the coastline. The tracks aren't just rusty relics, they still rumble to this day, thanks to the Oregon Coast Scenic Railroad. A vintage steam and diesel locomotive take visitors on the scenic rides up and down the coast, offering views of the ocean waves, the forest, the hills, and the weathered old fishing docks. The Oregon Coast Scenic Railroad runs on a former Southern Pacific line, first laid in the around 1912. These trains once carried lumber, dairy, oysters. Today they carry wide-eyed tourists with their cameras in hand. Guys fishing on the dock here. Here, just a little walk on one of the little piers that run out. A short walk from the tracks leads you to Tillamook Bay. It's calm today. Gulls are calling overhead. Fishing boats bobble in the harbor. Pacific Ocean is just beyond the jetty. But here in Garibaldi, the bay is cradled in the town like old friends. Garibaldi was named after an Italian man. Don't know his first name, but his last name was Garibaldi. Even though he never visited Oregon, the town was named, chosen in the 1800s as a tribute to his spirit. Now, once you step along the Garibaldi Pier, also called Port Dock, it stretches far into the bay. It is open 24/7. It's one of the longest public fishing piers in Oregon. Locals visit, cast their lines, and occasionally you can see a crabber. No fishing license is required if you're fishing from the public pier, making it perfect for travelers to stop and cast in a line. Good luck. At the end of the pier, you get sweeping views of the Garibaldi boat harbor to the south and the jetty stretching into the ocean. On a clear day, you might spot three graces, three giant sea stacks jetting out of the bay along the shoreline. Garibaldi might be a small town, but there is big things to do. Just remember, you can ride the scenic railroad from Garibaldi up to Rockaway Beach. You can visit the Garibaldi Maritime Museum, tell stories about Captain Robert Gray. You can check out the vintage fishing gear, clamming or crabbing. Local restaurants got some of the best seafood anywhere. The clam chowder is nice and creamy. You can browse the local shops, or you can just find a place to sit and watch the seagulls and the local fishing boats. The deep roots of Garibaldi were logging and railroad in the early 1900s, and it was a booming mail town. The old smokestack of the old lumber mill still stands. It's over 150 feet tall, visible from just about any part in town. So hopefully you have a wonderful day yourself. I want to thank you for watching. Come back and hope you enjoy.